Hello, and welcome to Today English Academy. My name is Sarah, and I'm very happy to have you here today. Let me start by asking you a few simple questions. How often do you use social media? Do you think social media has a good effect or a bad effect on your life? Have you ever spent many hours scrolling on your phone and then felt tired, lazy, or unproductive? Today, we're going to talk about social media and its effects on our daily lives. Social media is now a big part of our world. Many people use it every day to communicate, learn, and relax. It helps us stay connected with friends and family, gives us entertainment, and keeps us updated with news and trends. However, social media also has some negative effects. So today, we will look at both the good and bad sides and learn how to talk about them in simple English. First, let's talk about the positive effects of social media. One big benefit is communication. Social media makes it very easy to stay in touch with people we care about. Even if your family or friends live far away or in another country, you can still send messages, share photos, and make video calls. You can talk to someone on the other side of the world in just a few seconds. This helps people feel close and connected. Another good effect of social media is learning. Many people use social media to learn new skills. You can watch videos about cooking, learning English, fixing things, or doing creative projects. There are many teachers and experts online who share helpful lessons. It feels like having a teacher in your pocket. For English learners, social media is especially useful because you can practice listening, pronunciation, and new vocabulary every day. Social media also gives people a voice. It allows users to share their thoughts, ideas, and opinions. People can talk about important topics, support good causes, and connect with others who have similar interests. This can make people feel heard and understood. Now, let's talk about the negative effects of social media. One common problem is spending too much time online. Many people check social media first thing in the morning and last thing before sleeping. This can affect sleep, energy, and focus. When we spend too much time scrolling, we may have less time for studying, working, or spending time with family. Another negative effect is comparison. On social media, people often share only the best moments of their lives. When we compare ourselves to others online, we may feel unhappy or feel like we are not good enough. But what we see on social media is not always real. It is important to remember that everyone has struggles, even if they do not show them online. Social media can also be addictive. Sometimes we keep scrolling without noticing how much time has passed. After that, we may feel tired, distracted, or unproductive. This can affect our mental health and daily routine. In this lesson, I will help you learn simple words and phrases to talk about social media. You will learn words like benefits, harmful, comparison, and addictive. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to share your opinions about social media clearly and confidently in English. So, take a notebook, sit comfortably, and get ready to practice your listening and speaking skills. Let's learn English together while exploring how social media affects our lives. Everyone has a story to tell or an idea to share. Social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook give people a chance to reach many others. This can be very inspiring and sometimes even life-changing. In the past, many people did not have a way to express themselves, but now they can share their voice online. They can find people who have the same interests, hobbies, or problems, and this helps them feel less alone. However, social media also has another side. While it can be helpful, it can also be harmful if we do not use it carefully. One big problem is spending too much time scrolling. This can lead to addiction. Have you ever heard the term doom scrolling? Doom scrolling is when someone keeps reading bad or negative news again and again. This can make people feel worried, sad, or anxious. Another problem is comparison. Imagine you see pictures of someone's vacation, new car, or new house. You may start to think that your life is not exciting enough. But it is important to remember one thing. Social media usually shows only the best moments. People do not often share their problems, stress, or bad days. They share what looks happy and perfect. So social media does not always show the full truth of life. Time is another big issue. Many people do not realize how much time they spend on social media. Have you ever checked your phone's screen time report? It can be surprising. Spending too much time online means less time for important things like studying, exercising, resting, or talking with family and friends. Now, let's practice talking about these ideas in simple English. If you want to talk about the good effects, you can say, social media helps me stay connected with my family. I learn many new things from videos online. Sometimes spend too much time on my phone instead of studying. You can also share your opinion like this. In my opinion, social media is useful, but we need to use it carefully. I think social media can be addictive if we do not control our time. The goal is to help you express your thoughts clearly and confidently in English. Try saying these sentences out loud. Speaking practice will help you sound more natural and improve your confidence. Now, let's talk about balance. Social media is a powerful tool. It can help us learn, create, and connect with others. But if we use it too much, it can cause stress and distraction. So, how can we find a healthy balance? First, it is important to set time limits. Have you ever planned to scroll for 5 minutes and then spent 1 hour? This happens to many people. Setting a limit can help. You can choose specific times to use social media, such as after finishing homework or daily tasks. Some people also use phone timers to remind them when to stop. One helpful way to control social media use is to set reminders to take breaks. For example, you can say, I will use social media for only 30 minutes in the evening. This helps you enjoy your favorite apps without spending too much time on them. When you have a clear limit, you can relax and still protect your time and energy. Another important way to balance social media use is by choosing the right content to follow. Think about the pages, accounts, or channels you follow now. Ask yourself, do they make me feel happy, inspired, or motivated? Or do they make you feel stressed, sad, or discouraged? If some accounts make you feel bad about yourself, it is completely okay to unfollow them. Instead, you can follow positive and helpful content, such as educational pages, motivational speakers, language learning channels, or even calm nature and relaxation videos. Now, let's talk about being mindful while using social media. Being mindful means paying attention to what you are doing and how it makes you feel. Before opening a social media app, try asking yourself a simple question. Why am I using social media right now? Is it to relax, talk to friends, or learn something new? If you notice that you are using it to avoid studying, working, or finishing a task, it may be a good idea to close the app and focus on what is more important at that moment. Another helpful tip is to connect with people, not just scroll through content. Social media is meant to be social. Instead of only watching videos or liking posts, try to comment or start a conversation. For example, if your friend shares a photo, you can write, "That's a great picture. Where did you take it?" If you see an interesting video, you might ask, "What do you think about this topic?" Talking with people helps you build real connections and makes your time on social media more meaningful. Now let's practice some simple English sentences about balancing social media use. I think it is important to set time limits for social media. I follow accounts that inspire me and help me learn. Sometimes I ask myself why I am using social media. If you want to talk about reducing negative effects, you can say, I try not to compare myself to others online. I take breaks from social media when I feel overwhelmed. You can also share your opinion. In my opinion, social media is useful for learning, but we should use it in moderation. I believe being mindful while using social media makes a big difference. These sentences are easy and useful. Try saying them out loud. You can even record yourself speaking and listen again to improve your pronunciation and fluency. Finally, let's talk about healthy alternatives to spending too much time on social media. Instead of scrolling for hours, you can read a book, go for a walk, exercise, or enjoy a hobby like drawing, playing music, cooking, or learning a new skill. These activities help you relax, feel productive, and improve your well-being. So now let me ask you, how do you plan to balance your social media use? Will you try setting time limits or following more positive content? Think about your answer. Next, we can continue by discussing how social media affects different parts of our lives, such as communication, mental health, and personal growth. Social media has a strong influence on us, both in good and bad ways, and understanding this can help us use it more wisely. If some social media accounts make you feel bad about yourself, don't hesitate to unfollow them. Your mental health is important. Instead, focus on positive content. Follow accounts that inspire and motivate you. This could be pages that share encouraging quotes, uplifting stories, helpful advice, or even funny videos that make you smile. Positive content can improve your mood and make your day brighter. Now, let's talk about personal growth. Social media can be a great tool for learning and self-improvement if we use it in the right way. For example, you can watch tutorial videos, listen to podcasts, or join online webinars. There are lessons for almost every topic. Whether you want to improve your English, learn how to cook, or develop a new skill, you can find many useful resources online. One of the best ways to grow using social media is by setting clear goals. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve by using social media? Maybe you want to improve your English speaking skills, learn something new every day, or follow people who motivate you to grow. When you know your goal, you can use social media in a smarter and healthier way. Now, let's look at how social media changes the way we communicate. In the past, people used letters, phone calls, or face-to-face conversations to stay in touch. Today, social media allows us to send messages instantly, even to someone on the other side of the world. Apps like WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram make communication fast and easy. We can send text messages, voice messages, and video calls with just one click. However, this also affects how we use language. On social media, people often use short forms, emojis, and abbreviations. For example, instead of writing laughing out loud, many people simply type LOL. While this is convenient, it can reduce our practice of full sentences, especially for English learners. That is why it's important to balance casual online language with proper English practice. Here are some simple tips to improve your communication skills while using social media. First, try to write full sentences. When you comment on a post or reply to a message, use complete sentences. For example, instead of saying nice pic, you can say, that's a beautiful picture. Where did you take it? Small changes like this can improve your English over time. Second, join English learning groups. Many social media platforms have groups or communities for English learners. In these groups, you can practice English, ask questions, share ideas, and even find a speaking partner. Third, follow English content creators. Look for pages that share English lessons, vocabulary tips, pronunciation practice, or daily challenges. This way, you can learn English naturally while scrolling through your feed. Now, let's talk about mental health. Social media can affect how we feel in both good and bad ways. On the positive side, it can help us feel supported. If you are feeling lonely or going through a difficult time, sharing your thoughts online may bring kind words and encouragement from friends or even strangers who understand you. But there is also a negative side. Social media often shows only the best parts of people's lives. People share vacations, parties, and achievements, but they rarely share their struggles. This can make it seem like everyone else's life is perfect. As a result, some people feel sad, insecure, or not good enough. So, how can we protect our mental health while using social media? First, limit your screen time. Spending too much time online can make you feel tired and overwhelmed. Taking regular breaks helps refresh your mind. Second, unfollow negative accounts. If certain pages make you feel stressed, anxious, or unhappy, it's okay to stop following them. Choose content that supports your mental well-being. You can use social media to improve your listening skills by watching English videos. You can also grow your vocabulary by reading English captions, comments, or short articles. Whatever your goal is, remember one important thing. Social media should support your growth, not distract you. For example, if you are learning English, you can watch one English video every day. Listen carefully and try to repeat the sentences you hear. This helps improve your pronunciation and confidence. You can also use social media to connect with native English speakers or English teachers. Talking with real people helps you learn faster. Another good idea is to join fun challenges. For example, you can post a short video of yourself speaking English. At first, this might feel scary, but over time it will boost your confidence and help you improve. Small steps like these can make a big difference. Now, let's practice how to talk about this in English. You can say, social media helps me improve my English by giving me access to learning materials. I follow accounts that inspire me to be a better person. Taking breaks from social media helps me stay focused and happy. Think about this question. How do you use social media for personal growth? Do you follow any pages or channels that inspire you? Keep thinking as we continue exploring this topic together. Second, do some research. If you are interested in a product or service, read reviews or ask friends for advice. This helps you make better and safer choices. Third, set clear priorities. Decide what is important to you. Maybe it's saving money, learning English, or spending quality time with family. Let these priorities guide your decisions instead of social media trends. Now, let's talk about habits. Social media can shape our daily routines without us even noticing. Many people start their day by checking their phones. It has become such a common habit that we do it automatically. But have you ever thought about how this affects your mood or productivity? Starting your day with social media can sometimes make you feel stressed or distracted, especially if you see negative news or too much information. Instead, you can try a positive morning routine. For example, you can spend the first 10 minutes of your morning stretching, breathing deeply, or meditating. You can write down 3 things you are grateful for. After that, you can check your phone if you want. This small change can help you start your day feeling calm, focused, and positive. Every morning, you can start your day in a now. Let's go deeper and talk about how social media affects our decision-making and relationships. These are things we may not think about often, but they influence our daily lives more than we realize. When we understand these effects, we can control how we use social media and make sure it matches our goals. First, let's talk about decision-making. Have you noticed how social media affects the choices you make? For example, you might see a post about a new restaurant and suddenly want to visit it. Or you might see an advertisement for a product and feel tempted to buy it. Social media is designed to catch our attention and influence our decisions. This can be helpful because it helps us discover new places, ideas, or products. But it can also lead to impulsive decisions. Sometimes we buy things we don't really need or compare our lives to others based on what we see online. So, how can we make smarter decisions when using social media? First, pause and think before acting. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Is this helpful for my life or my goals? Positive way. Try writing down 3 things you are grateful for or 3 things you are excited about. Then, plan your day by focusing on your most important tasks. When you finish your morning routine, you can check social media with a clear and calm mind and a clear purpose. This small habit can make a big difference in how you feel during the day. Another habit to think about is how often you reach for your phone. Have you ever noticed that you check social media just because you feel bored? Many people do this without thinking. While it may feel harmless, it can lead to wasted time and less productivity. To change this habit, try replacing social media with other healthy activities. For example, if you feel bored, you can read a book or listen to a podcast. If you feel stressed, go for a short walk or do a quick workout. If you want to relax, you can draw, write in a journal, or listen to music. These activities help you relax and also support your personal growth. Now, let's talk about relationships. Social media has changed the way we connect with people in both good and bad ways. On the positive side, it helps us stay connected with friends and family, even if they live far away. You can send messages, share funny posts, or congratulate someone on their success with a comment or reaction. However, there is also a negative side. Sometimes social media can make us feel more disconnected. Have you ever been in a room full of people where everyone is looking at their phones? It feels strange, doesn't it? Social media is meant to bring us closer, but sometimes it does the opposite. To build stronger relationships, try these simple steps. First, be present when you are with loved ones. Put your phone away and focus on the conversation. This shows that you respect and care about them. Second, use social media as a starting point for real connection. For example, if you see a friend post about a hike, you can message them and say, "I saw your hiking post. It looks great. Let's plan a trip together." Third, balance online and offline time. Online connections are helpful, but face-to-face time builds deeper relationships. Now, let's practice some easy sentences you can use in English. I try to start my day without checking social media. I use social media to stay in touch with friends and family. I'm learning to balance my online and offline activities. When talking about habits, you can say, I'm trying to replace scrolling with more productive activities. I've started limiting my social media use to improve my focus. When talking about relationships, you can say, social media helps me stay connected, but I prefer spending time with people in person. I like using social media to plan activities with friends. Now, let's explore the emotional and psychological effects of social media. These effects can influence how we feel about ourselves and the world, sometimes without us noticing. By understanding them, we can create healthier habits and a more balanced mindset. One common effect is comparison. Have you ever looked at someone's post and thought, their life looks perfect? People often share happy moments like vacations, achievements, or beautiful photos. While these posts can be inspiring, they can also make us feel sad or not good enough. It's important to remember that social media usually shows only the best moments, not the full reality. Sometimes social media can make people feel not good enough or full of self-doubt. But why does this happen? The main reason is that social media usually shows only the best moments of someone's life. People post happy photos, achievements, trips, and special events. They rarely share their problems, failures, or normal everyday life. Because of this, what we see online is not the full reality. It is only a carefully chosen picture of life. To protect your mental health, it is important to remember one thing. What you see online is not the whole story. Everyone has good days and bad days, even if they don't show them. If some accounts make you feel sad, stressed, or unhappy, it is okay to unfollow or mute them. Instead, try to follow positive and uplifting content that makes you feel calm, motivated, or happy. Another helpful habit is to focus on gratitude. Instead of comparing yourself to others, think about what you are thankful for in your own life. Now, let's talk about FOMO, which means fear of missing out. This feeling happens when you see other people doing fun or exciting things, and you feel like you are being left behind. Social media makes this feeling stronger because it constantly shows what others are doing. But remember this, you cannot be everywhere and you cannot do everything, and that is completely okay. To reduce FOMO, try changing the way you think. Focus on your own life and the choices you have made. Your life path is unique and valuable. Taking breaks from social media can also help you feel more present and satisfied with your own experiences. Instead of feeling left out, try connecting with people in real life. Call a friend, visit family, or plan something fun together. Next, let's talk about validation. Social media can make people want likes, comments, and shares. It feels good when others react positively, but depending on social media for approval can be harmful. For example, if your post does not get many likes, you might feel disappointed or start questioning your self-worth. This can slowly affect your confidence. To avoid this, try posting for yourself. Share things that make you happy or reflect your true interests, not just to impress others. Some platforms allow you to hide likes or views. This can help you focus more on the content and less on numbers. Also, look for validation offline. Spend time with people face-to-face, enjoy hobbies, and work toward personal goals. These things build real confidence. Now, let's discuss addiction. Have you ever started scrolling on your phone and suddenly realized that a lot of time has passed? Social media platforms are designed to keep your attention with endless videos, posts, and notifications. While it is okay to enjoy social media, using it too much can affect your work, studies, sleep, and relationships. To manage your time better, try setting limits. You can use apps or phone settings to track and control how much time you spend on social media. For example, you might allow yourself only 30 minutes a day. You can also create no phone times, such as during meals, before sleeping, or while studying. Finding alternatives is also helpful. Instead of scrolling, you can read a book, go for a walk, exercise, listen to music, or practice a hobby. In the end, social media is not bad or good by itself. It depends on how we use it. When we use social media mindfully and with balance, it can support learning, connection, and happiness. But when we use it too much or in unhealthy ways, it can affect our mental health. The key is awareness, balance, and choosing what is best for your well-being seedling. Try to spend more time doing activities that do not involve screens. You can exercise, cook a meal, or spend time outdoors. These activities help your body and mind relax and feel refreshed. Taking breaks from screens also improves focus and mood. Now let's practice some useful sentences you can use when talking about the effects of social media. You can say, I've started focusing on my own life instead of comparing myself to others online. Taking breaks from social media has helped me feel calmer and less stressed. I'm learning to post for myself, not for likes or approval. When talking about FOMO, fear of missing out, you might say, I used to feel left out when I saw people having fun online, but now I focus on my own experiences. Social media made me feel like I was missing something, but taking breaks really helped me. When talking about addiction, you could say, I've started setting time limits on social media to stay productive. I realized I was spending too much time on my phone, so now I plan more offline activities. Now, let's talk about the positive emotional side of social media when it is used in a healthy way. Social media can inspire us, help us feel connected, and bring happiness. For example, you might see motivational quotes or success stories that encourage you to follow your dreams. You can also join online groups where people share the same interests or goals as you. These communities can give support and motivation. Social media also helps us celebrate important moments in life, both big and small, with friends and family. To get the best benefits from social media, try these simple ideas. Be intentional. Follow accounts that make you feel happy, inspired, or supported. Engage meaningfully. Instead of just scrolling, leave kind comments or send messages. Create positive content. Share posts that spread kindness, helpful tips, or funny moments. Let's practice more sentences. I enjoy using social media to connect with others and find inspiration. I've joined an online community that supports my goals and interests. Social media helps me stay informed and motivated. Now take a moment to think about your own experience. How do you feel when you use social media? Does it make you happy, relaxed, stressed, or tired? How can you use it in a more balanced and positive way? Thinking about these questions can help you build healthier habits. Next, let's explore how social media affects communication and relationships. This is very important because social media can both bring people closer and create distance. On the positive side, social media makes communication easy. You can stay connected with friends and family even if they live far away. For example, if your friend lives in another country, you can send messages, photos, voice notes, or make video calls using apps like WhatsApp or Instagram. In the past, this kind of instant communication was much harder. However, there is also a negative side. Sometimes online interactions replace real-life conversations. Instead of meeting a friend for coffee or talking face-to-face, people only like posts or leave short comments. Over time, this can make relationships feel less personal and less meaningful. Social media has become a big part of our daily lives. It can help us connect with friends and family, learn new things, and express ourselves. At the same time, it can sometimes cause problems like stress, comparison, or less personal interaction. It is neither all good nor all bad. How we use it determines its effect on our lives. Communication and relationships. Social media makes it easier to stay in touch with people who live far away. For example, you can send a message, share photos, or even make a video call. This can help you feel closer to friends and family. However, sometimes social media can replace real conversations. Instead of meeting a friend in person, we may only like their posts or comment online. Over time, this can make relationships feel less meaningful. To balance this, it is important to prioritize face-to-face interactions whenever possible. Meet friends or family for a walk, a meal, or just a chat. Use social media as a tool, not a replacement. You can use it to plan events, share updates, or stay in touch, but follow up with a phone call or a visit. Set boundaries. For example, you might spend one day a week offline to focus on real-life connections. Resolve conflicts privately. If an issue comes up, talk directly with the person instead of posting online about it. Romantic relationships and dating apps like Tinder or Bumble make it easier to meet new people. You can connect based on interests, values, or goals. But it is important to be careful, protect your privacy, and take time to get to know someone before meeting in person. Family dynamics. Social media can help family members stay connected. Grandparents might use Facebook to follow their grandchildren, or siblings living far away might share daily moments through Instagram stories. However, it can also cause disagreements about what should be shared online. Families can set rules, like respecting privacy and avoiding arguments on social media, to maintain harmony. Personal expression. Social media gives you a platform to share ideas, creativity, and experiences. You can post a blog, videos, or photos from a trip. This can be empowering and can help you connect with like-minded people or even grow your career. But sometimes, the pressure to look perfect online makes self-expression feel less authentic. To stay true to yourself, be honest. Share content that reflects who you really are. Focus on substance. Post things that are meaningful to you, not just what impresses others. Embrace imperfection. Show ordinary or messy moments too. No one's life is perfect. Mindful social media use to use social media in a healthy way. Take breaks when you feel overwhelmed. Step away for a walk, a hobby, or some offline time. Set time limits. For example, allow 30 minutes a day or specific times for social media. Follow positive accounts that inspire or motivate you. Unfollow those that make you feel bad. Focus on your own life instead of comparing yourself to others. Remember, what you see online is usually only the highlights of people's lives. Celebrate your own achievements and experiences. You do not need to do everything that others are doing. Reflection. Social media can be a source of inspiration, connection, and joy if used mindfully. You can use it to learn, stay in touch, share creativity, and find support. But always remember to balance online and offline life. Prioritize face-to-face connections. Take breaks and protect your mental health. Use social media to enhance life, not replace it. Practice phrases you can use when talking about social media. Social media helps me stay in touch with friends and family, but I try to limit my screen time. I like sharing my creative work online, but I also take breaks for offline activities. What I see online is often not the full picture. I focus on building meaningful connections both online and offline. By being mindful and intentional, you can enjoy the benefits of social media while avoiding its negative effects. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Today English Academy. I hope you found it useful and interesting. Social media is a part of our lives, and it can be both helpful and challenging. By being mindful of how you use it, you can enjoy the positive benefits while avoiding stress, comparison, or wasted time. Remember to take breaks, follow accounts that make you feel happy and inspired, and focus on building real-life connections with your friends and family. Try to balance your online and offline life, and use social media as a tool for learning, self-expression, and staying in touch with people you care about. Keep practicing your English every day. You can talk about your experiences with social media, write sentences about your feelings, or share your opinions in English. Little by little, your speaking, listening, and writing skills will improve. Take care of yourself and your well-being. Be intentional with your time online. Make sure you enjoy life offline and use social media wisely. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, where we will explore another interesting and helpful topic to help you improve your English. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and remember to take care of yourself and your mental health.